2 days after the killing of Hezbollah Chief Hassan Nasrallah, his body has been recovered from the site of an Israeli airstrike on Beirut's southern suburbs.
Now, on Saturday, Hezbollah confirmed Nasrallah's death but did not say how exactly he was killed or when his funeral would be held. Reports quoted two sources who said that Nasrallah's body had no direct wounds and that it appeared the cause of death was blunt trauma from the force of the blast.
Nasrallah's death has further inflamed tensions in West Asia and intensified the war at its borders with Lebanon.
An airstrike hit central Beirut early on Monday. For the first time in nearly a year of conflict, the strike near the Kola intersection, a major transportation hub, hit a multi-story residential building. And according to Lebanese health ministry, 4 people were killed in the incident. It said more than 100 people were killed and 350 others were wounded in the last 24 hours as Israel claimed to have struck dozens of Hezbollah terror targets in Lebanon, including missile launchers aimed at Israel, weapons storage facilities, and other Hezbollah infrastructure.
Also, Israel struck Houthi targets in Yemen. Dozens of aircraft, including fighter jets, attacked power plants and seaport facilities at the Ras Isa and Hodeidah port.
The facilities at the Ras Isa and Hodeidah ports, of course, Israeli Defense Minister Yoav Gallant, in a clear message to Iran and its allies, have said that for the country, no place is too far.
Meanwhile, White House National Security spokesperson John Kirby said all-out war with Hezbollah or Iran would not help residents of northern Israel return to their homes. Kirby underscored that diplomacy is the right path.
Now, this as U.S. President Joe Biden said he would speak with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu.
Prime Minister Benjamin, anything to say to him? Yes, I will be talking to him, and I'll tell you what I say to him when I talk to him.
French Foreign Minister Jean-Noel Barrot is in Lebanon. Barrot is the first high-level foreign diplomat to visit the country since Israeli airstrikes intensified a week ago. 2 French nationals have been killed in the strikes. Protests were witnessed in Paris as well as Sweden, Finland, Turkey, among other countries. Protesters demanded an end to Israeli offensive in Lebanon as well as Gaza.
Meanwhile, as Israel chalks the way forward, opposition lawmaker Gideon Sa'ar is said to be joining Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's government, this to strengthen the premier politically. Local media said Sa'ar would serve as a minister without a portfolio and would take a seat at the Prime Minister's security cabinet.
Now, for more on this, we're being joined live by Paul Sam from Washington, D.C. He is a West Asia analyst and professor of Israel Studies at the University of Maryland. Thank you so much for joining us on World DNA this morning, sir.
Thank you. It's good to be here.
Thank you, sir. Now, sir, Israel has upped its strikes on Hezbollah and Houthi targets as well. We've seen that in the past few weeks, Israel has managed to deal severe blows to the Hezbollah top leadership as well, the most recent being the killing of Hassan Nasrallah. What do you make of these strikes?
I think Israel is trying to renew its deterrence, which was badly damaged by the attacks it suffered October 7th of last year. It has been surprisingly, at least for the world, successful in hitting Hezbollah and in damaging it severely. Its goal is certainly to remove the danger or the possibility of Hezbollah attacking it in the foreseeable future. So it will probably keep going until it gets some international guarantee.
Right. So, the war started with Hamas against Israel. Now it has widened. Hezbollah has got involved. And we, of course, have Houthis have been involved as well. What do you think is the end goal here?
I think the end goal is primarily with the Houthis and with Hezbollah to get a guarantee that it not just a ceasefire, because Israel has felt it's been exposed to the possibility or reality of strikes from Iran's proxies, including Houthis and Hezbollah, as well as Syrian and Iraqi militias. So this can be accomplished perhaps by Israel obtaining an international force in Lebanon, or it can try to go in on the ground. It's done that twice in 1982 and 2006. It didn't work out well. It could also try to keep a security zone. That also did not work out well. But so there are really no good options except to try to destroy as many Hezbollah missiles and soldiers as it can.
Right, sir. Now, you spoke about the ceasefire as well. My question to you is, the focus seems to have, in the past few weeks at least, shifted from Gaza. That being said, do you think peace can still be negotiated?
In Gaza, I think most Israelis would like a ceasefire in Gaza that would return the hostages. The problem is that Prime Minister Netanyahu is under the effective control of two far-right ministers, Bezalel Smotrich and Itamar Ben-Gvir, and they insist that the war go on. Whether the success in Lebanon will help remains to be seen, or whether Prime Minister Netanyahu can arrange a political deal with the far right, which doesn't seem likely. So the war in Gaza may go on for weeks or even months, though at a slower pace.
Absolutely. Now, as you said, Israelis whose families are hostages would want a ceasefire, as well as Gazans who are still there want a ceasefire. Of course, we'll see how that all develops. But thank you so much for coming on the show and giving your insights.
Thank you.